Oh, hi. An introduction to womanhood can be horrifying. But what about the women before us? How did they deal with their monthly occurrence before all the modern conveniences? Today, we're exploring the herstory of periods. From the beginning, little is known about periods, either because most cultures didn't want to talk about them, or because most scribes were men. There's probably a ton of history on balls. During ancient times, the Romans thought that menstruation meant that a woman was a dark witch. And according to this old-timey author and philosopher Pliny the Elder, menstruating women could stop hailstorms, drive dogs crazy, kill bees and crops, and even dull weapons just by looking at them. And in Mali and Nepal, women were sent to menstrual huts. Sounds like a summer camp I went to. The French thought that sex during one's period would cause monsters to be born, while others just thought it would corrode the penis. What did they think the penis was, a steel pipe? That's generous. In medieval Europe, they thought period blood could cure leprosy, while others thought that drinking period blood would cause leprosy. The women of Egypt used to wear softened papyrus for tampons. The Greeks, their women, made tampons out of bits of wood wrapped in lint. And in Rome, pads and tampons were made out of wool. And we all know how comfy wool is. So itchy. Many women wore rags or just free-flowed into their clothing. They'd wear herbs around their necks or their waists. They were like traveling kitchen cupboards. Because it wasn't considered to be sanitary to just free flow, sanitary napkins started to make their appearance in the late 19th century. It took an actual war to discover this. In World War I, French nurses realized that the cellulose bandages they used on wounded soldiers could also work on their period blood. In 1921, the first commercial brand was invented, Kotex. Unfortunately, there was no sticky adhesive on the pads until 1970. So before that, women wore belts that they pinned their pads onto, and it was called the Hosier sanitary belt. In 1929, Dr. Earle Haas invented a catamenial device, or a monthly device, where a plug of cotton was inserted using 2 tubes of cardboard. He patented this, and it is now known as the tampon. Today, we have all kinds of feminine products, from period underwear to cervix cups. We also know we're not witches, unless we want to be. And we can't change the weather just by looking at it. We've come a long way, but most states still tax feminine products like they're not a necessity. So, I guess we've still got a ways to go. I'm Madge the Vag. If you have any questions or comments, insert them in my box. My inbox, that is.